Welcome back to Digi Bro and Pals.
And intense cutscene.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
This looks pretty. Oh my god, their mouths are like gross.
That's how my mouth looks. No one's ever seen me, so they don't know.
That's legitimately how my mouth looks. They've seen me, so they do know. All right, this place looks kind of cool.
This is kind
I
of
don't
dark.
mind
I can't
this in
fucking see anything.
HD. What did this look like originally?
Sort of.
I don't know which one I like more. I like that this is like a fish tank. Was this a fish tank in the new one? Yeah.
It's like flood.
Why is it glowing?
Yeah, it's flood. It's like a flood habitat.
But why is it like glowing now?
To give it a sci-fi look.
Was this?
See, here it's just sort of like, here's some gray.
That's the new one.
Some science. And here it's like.
I don't know. Again, like.
Look at all this science.
It's hard to like choose between them a lot of the time because there's not that like neither one is like impressive. They're both just kind of like, yeah, it's a level, it's a place where I can kill guys, you know. The only times that the new one really like bothers me is when they changed like green to orange. But otherwise, I think it's pretty
here it's still green. They just like brighten the green.
I don't know. They're both okay. Right, on the last video, I was talking about, like, remix culture and how everything builds off of everything before. And, there's been a lot of, like, cases where people bring up, like, someone who, like... I guess we can't kill this thing because it's a hologram. Even though it's giving me the red reticule. They, like, accuse people of stealing or, like, basing their stuff too strongly on other stuff. And, like, I understand the complaint, but at the same time, it's like... You can make something new that's like almost exactly the same, but it can still be better, or it can fit the context.
No matter what you do or what you make, someone's always going to liken it to something else, even if you've never seen that thing and had no idea you were.
Well, like, okay, Yoko Kanno, who did the soundtrack of Cowboy Bebop, like, she has been like basically proven that she's ripped off a lot of stuff. Like she's pretty much directly recreated songs, like the idea of songs, into her own music.
I just see everyone shooting, but I don't see any enemies.
Yeah, well, there was a bunch of little flood guys running around, but I don't see anything anymore. And I'm just holding this charge shot for no reason. I hate this gun. I hate this stupid grunt gun. Fuck it, let's go this way. Anyway, Yoko Kanno, she took a lot of tunes like directly from like older music and stuff. And like I can appreciate like people being like, "Oh, she, whatever, she steals music." But like Yoko Kanno's a fucking genius composer. Like all of her original music is incredible. The way she recreates like older songs and makes them her own is incredible. The way that she incorporates those things into soundtracks of shows where they're fitting is great, Like, maybe they recreated that song just because they couldn't get the rights to the actual song, so she just did, like, a different version. Like, it enhances the art, though, like, to have it. So, like, like, when I first read that, like, Kanno had been, like...
dumb.
So I've read that, I think she's been, like, sued before over, like, similarities that were too strong. And, like... On the one hand, it's kind of a downer to think, like, oh, man, like, I thought she was, like, super cool.
She's not completely
original. Then, like, I listened to any of her songs, and I'm like, yeah, whatever the fuck, dude. Yoko Kanno's a genius. Like, this music is incredible. Like, how could I ever, like, believe that she's anything other than a fucking savant?
The only time it ever really bothers me, like, if someone does, like, a cover or a recreation of a song, whatever, I'm fine with that. I usually just don't like if they don't credit the other person, like if they pretend that
that's the thing,
like if they pretend they've never heard it,
like
when they clearly have.
Kanno's music is like, it's never the exact same song, but it can be pretty close, where you can tell. And I mean,
she clearly took influence from it,
right? And like the rules regarding copyright when it comes to music are pretty complicated. Because like, did you know that the guys who made Blurred Lines got sued by
Marvin Gaye? I think.
By Marvin Gaye, because it was like. It was just too much like one of his songs. Like, it's not literally his song. It's not the same lyrics or anything, but like...
There's too many similarities.
Yeah, the purpose of the song is sort of too
Like, I know Lady Gaga got in trouble with, like, Madonna.
Did she actually? I didn't think she ever got in trouble for it. I thought people just pointed it out all the time.
I think there was actually, like, a lawsuit that was filed, but nothing ever became of it.
I just think it's bullshit to, like... Like when people get upset over that stuff, and it's like, dude, it's pop music. It's all the same. Like, it's the same chord progressions. It's the same style. You know, like they're just making it for a new audience or with a slightly different idea, or it's these singers now. Like, to me, if anything's different, then it's not the same. You know, if anything is different, then it's not the same. People get so ridiculous with that shit, dude. People were trying to say Pacific Rim was just like Evangelion, and that shit pissed me off so bad.
It's not even remote.
It's not even similar.
I haven't even like seen a whole lot of Evangelion, but I've seen enough of it to know that it's not even remotely the same.
The only similarity is that they have to like synchronize with their robots, and like that's it, pretty much. Like there's really, and that the enemies, the way the enemies appear is sort of like the angels, but they don't look anything like the angels or act anything like the angels. It's a ridiculous comparison, and I've got a whole podcast about like, why on a
we would talk about that in
Dark.
Like story making classes and like screenwriting classes and things like that. Like, how similar is too similar? Like, I remember there being an entire section on that. Just how similar is too similar. And it ended up being, like, even if the plot is almost exactly the same, as long as the characters are unique, like a unique character within that plot situation, it's fine.
Like, to me, I think
terms of the law.
Like, I know Marvin Gaye won that lawsuit, but, like, and I don't know the song that that was, like, the original that they were claiming.
I think I remember listening to, like, a side-by-side on YouTube, and it was, like, literally the same.
But, like,
except for, like, maybe the words. The lyrics are different, but, like, the words itself, or the instrument. Music, instrumental. What, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That was, like, exact.
I mean, if it's, like, literally the same song just with different lyrics, then I could see that being a problem. But, like, to me, I think if there's anything different, then it's a different song. It's sort of like the Vanilla Ice thing where he was like, the beat's not exactly the same as the other one. And I was like, I mean, yeah, the song has a totally different purpose. It's a rap song, and the original is, like, a pop song, you know? Like, they're not the same thing. And pretty much all rap music is built from samples and, like, you know, like, stuff from other mediums. And here's the one that really gets to me, right? Like, and I think a lot more people would get accused of this if it was more evident. So, you know who Anita Sarkeesian is, right?
I've heard the name before.
She made these videos, she ran like a YouTube channel called Feminist Frequency, and she made these like feminist analysis of games videos that made a lot of people mad.
I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, and exactly but what the funny thing is, because like she gets, you know, accused of a lot of things, people hate her for a lot of reasons, but there's one that has never sit right with me, and that's that people give her shit for the fact that she used videos of Let's Players playing the games for her videos, but didn't credit the Let's Players, right?
Right.
And I think complaining about that is fucking retarded, because none of those Let's Players asked for permission to play the game in the first place.
True.
Like, people are getting... People act like she's like a monster, like, oh, how could you take other people's content and make your own content out of it? What do you think a Let's Play is?
Yeah, that is literally what a Let's Play is.
You take someone else's game and you commentate over it, and you make money off of it. That's what a Let's Play is.
Dollar bills.
And, like, the commentary... Because the reason you can do that, the reason you can get away with it, is because it doesn't take away from the original product. Because a video game... Like, a Let's Play does not give the consumer what the game itself would give them. You know, it's a different product. And therefore, it's transformative. It's not the same thing. You're providing commentary and criticism, and therefore you are changing the nature of the product. When someone makes a game, like a game analysis, and they use footage of Let's Plays, it does not replace the purpose of the Let's Play.
Yeah, that's not the same.
So, it's... completely makes sense, and anyone arguing against that, I have to say, you are not fucking thinking about it, because if you can't put two and two together and realize that the Let's Player didn't ask permission to record the game, and that would make it just as big of a problem.
You cannot reproduce this without the express written consent of the National Football League.
Yeah. So... as
he puts the VHS tape in to record it.
And the funny thing is that, like, if you were to post... Like, if you did your own commentary on a football match and, like, posted it up, like, you could argue that it's transformative and that you have the right to do that. They will take it down, and they will probably even take you to court and possibly win if their lawyers are good enough. But technically, you would be legally in the right if your work was transformative enough. Because fair use is actually really protective of people who make transformative work. Like, it's more in favor of you than it is of the original creator if you are indeed creating something original out of it. You know, if you're changing the purpose of the material, and it's something that they themselves could not have monetized. You know, I guess if the NFL is selling commentary, then you could say that it's the same thing, because they do have commentators on their thing.
Yeah, they have an entire after show.
So it is a service they're providing in a way. But I'm sure there's a way you could use their footage transformatively, but they will not let you. You know, they're going to fucking take it down.
Whereas most video game companies aren't gonna do too much.
Well, some of them will. Nintendo will bust you over cutscenes, but mostly they just won't let you monetize. Like, a lot of our Wind Waker episodes where they have like a cutscene in it, we get it. It does not get monetized, but they've never asked us to take them down or anything.
They're just like, you can't make money from this.
Yeah, which I don't mind that much because this channel doesn't make a lot of money anyways.
This isn't your main thing. If it was, you'd be in trouble.
Well, even if it was, I don't really make money through ad revenue. I make it through Patreon for the most part, so it's not too big of a deal. Like, I get videos denied for monetization all the time, but it's, you know, I don't mind that much because it's not where I make my money. It's always nice to have monetization.
Conrad's got his $2 million now.
Oh man, I wish. The day I make $2 million will be the day I buy all the video games.
Oh, can we go out here?
I don't think anyone is making millions off of YouTube except for PewDiePie.
I think there's
unless you have a lot of endorsement.
I think the top 10 people are. There's a 9-year-old that just made $1 million from YouTube. Technically.
Really? From what?
Well, he did these videos where he would get the Lego sets, and then he would build them and critique them and review them. And he got an endorsement from Lego or NASCAR. It wasn't YouTube
different if
itself.
there's an endorsement. Oh, we both died.
Oh, shit.
Is that the first time we've both died?
No, this is the second time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because the part with the ghosts.
It took us way the fuck back, didn't it? We haven't even done this room at this point. Oh god.
Well, yeah. Well, we were in this room. We just.
Yeah, but there were so many enemies.
And I died early, so...
There were so many enemies!
The Flood sucks.
The Flood is not in the newest games. It's not in 4 or 5.
Right. Well, they have new shit now, right?
It's just the Forerunners. They don't have, a Flood equivalent.
Anyway, the fuck was I talking about? Oh, these guys are fighting each other, aren't they? We could have just let that play out for a little while.
We probably should have, but we're not smart.
Not in particular.
Just because I technically didn't almost graduate college.
Whoa, where the fuck did that guy come from? What was I talking about? I was talking about something before we died.
Porn. We were talking about porn. Lots and lots of
porn.
Making
millions off of YouTube.
Off porn.
Yeah, I guess if you have endorsement deals, you could probably make millions. But, through just, ad revenue...
It's
a lot
pretty
less
unlikely.
Because PewDiePie made $4 million last year. And, that actually... when people say that, people are often impressed when they hear that. They're like, oh my god, $4 million just for, playing video games on a channel and, talking over them and being obnoxious. And it's like, yeah, but the size of his audience, he should be making a lot more than that.
Right.
He has, 40 million subscribers
if every one of those people gave him $1, he'd have $40 million type thing.
If every one of my subscribers gave me $1, I'd be making 6 figures. But it's never gonna happen that way.
Hey, look, a terminal.
Most of PewDiePie... Whoa, what the fuck happened?
I hit the wrong button.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Resume.
Mayday, mayday.
I fucked up, guys. I didn't know
How did you even hit that? It's way up there.
I didn't know what it was. It was this terminal. I wanted to see what it was, and apparently it takes me to the Halo channel.
Oh, wait. That was in-game that happened?
Yes, that was in-game.
Why the fuck would that be there? That is incredibly stupid. That is, mad immersion breaking.
So we started making porn, and that was, our big thing. And It's gotten successful.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It was Digibro's porno parody.
But yeah, I mean...
You can search it online.
A lot of PewDiePie's fans are, like, mostly very young, so there's no chance they would all be able to send him $1.
What you doing,
But,
buddy?
like...
What's going on?
I feel like
Where you going?
through, you know... I feel like he should be making more than $4 million to be, like, the most famous person on the internet, practically.
Well, he's about to make more with the whole YouTube Red thing.
Maybe.
Because he's going to have, like, his own show that YouTube pretty much pays him for.
Right. I don't know how the payout system of that works. YouTube Red is, like, kind of a weird clusterfuck.
We'll see what happens.
I want this. Oh, is that the one I dropped? Let me get this one. There we go.
Oh, God.
I forgot that. Oh, Jeezy Pete!
I forgot the flood pick up sentinel beams at times.
Oh, God. I forgot the flood could use weapons until one came at me with a needler a minute ago. So yeah, Josh, why don't you talk about that? You graduated, but you didn't.
So I graduated from porn school, and now I'm making a lot of Digibros inspired porn.
But you walked across the stage, and they gave you a piece of paper. Like, this was yesterday.
Yeah. So when you graduate from college, you get a piece. You don't get your diploma on stage. They mail it to you like 6 to 8 weeks later. That way they can print it up and have all that stuff. Especially because they don't actually have an order to the seating. It's just everyone kind of sits with their college, and then you come up and you hand them a card so they can read your name. Now, in my case, which happens more often than you might think, one of my classes required a C. The professor gave me a C minus, so I didn't actually pass the class and therefore didn't actually graduate.
So you walked across the stage, you got your piece of paper, you had your cap and gown, you had your big celebration, but you didn't actually graduate.
Right. Everyone's been, like, congratulating me. Like, when I was at work today, they were like, oh, congrats on the graduation. And I was just in the back of my head just like, I didn't graduate.
Yeah, it's not actually done.
I'm not actually done.
Have to retake the class next semester. I don't suppose it's one of those classes you could take, like, an expedient version of, is it?
I'm going to see if there is a way.
So you haven't even signed up for it yet.
No, because the way it works is I have
expedient version if there is one.
I have to email the school to let them know, like, hey, I fucked up, guys. Can you help me?
I seem to be trapped in the next room, so if you could come over here, that'd be swell.
That'd be great. Thanks.
I don't know why it's still spawning flood into that room when this room is already active.
So college is the worst.
Yeah.
And I learned this semester...
That's why I didn't go back.
I've learned this semester why online college, that in classes that are not designed to be online classes, are the fucking worst.
Don't do online classes.
Now, I will be taking this class again online, simply because I'm going to be having jobs, and it's only going to be one class, so it's like not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a problem.
But online school, you are so reliant on yourself. There's no real help from they always say, like, oh, you can email me at any time, but, you know, if they don't email you back immediately, you're pretty much fucked. You don't have that immediate, like, gratification of talking to them.
Right. I don't know, I've probably told this on Digi Bros before, but I was just telling you earlier how I pretty much dropped out of college for a similar reason to why you haven't graduated.
Why I'm not graduated.
Right, because I took a semester of classes, and it would have been the last semester before I transferred, because I was thinking about, you know, transferring. So I wouldn't have got my degree or anything like that, because the classes I took were all completely random.
You'd have, like, maybe an associate's if you were about to transfer.
I don't know.
Depends.
I don't even think I would have had that. I don't think I would have had shit
Oh,
yet.
The other thing that's really funny about me not graduating, you only need 120 credits to graduate. I have 150.
So why won't they just let you? Because you just need that class?
It's not in that one specific class that's required for the major.
I see.
So I'm like, God damn it. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, like, I was on my, like, last semester before transferring, because basically, I wanted to be, at the time, I changed majors a few times, but at this time, I wanted to be an English major, because I was trying to become a writer and stuff, and I was just like, it just seemed like I mean, even though English is considered to be a pretty much useless degree, I was like, if I'm going to stay in college, I might as well do this.
It depends on if you're an English major or a writing major.
Whatever the case, I didn't do it.
Because they are different.
They didn't have that at TCC. They had, like, transferable credits if you wanted to take it at ODU, which is where you went, and Victor and Brandon Tolentino.
I think we took Trevor there once.
But ODU is a lot more expensive than TCC, so
yep.
I wanted
have about $33,000 in debt now.
Most of us, what we do is most people start off at TCC and take the like mandatory classes there that you can transfer.
And for any of you that are like looking into college, I recommend that.
Yes.
That can't afford to just pay for it.
If you're going to go to college, you should start off at a community college that's much cheaper and take whatever classes you can transfer the credits for. And then you transfer those credits to the university you go to and take the more legit classes. And that's what I was going to do. And one of the classes I took was psychology, and I got like a C- or a D in there, and then found out that if I got that low of a grade, then it wouldn't transfer. And then I went, college isn't for me. Because I actually really liked that class, but I didn't do any of the homework. And all the tests would be based on the homework instead of what he explained in class.
Right.
Which
like, I've had a couple classes like that.
Wait, is this a new level?
No, it's the same level.
Okay.
It's just like a cutscene.
Because the thing is, like, with that class, like, the stuff that he would teach us, I would understand. Like, it was all, like, the concepts of psychology were the things he would explain. But then with the stuff that we did in the homework, it would be, like, facts. Like
trivial things.
Right, like, who came up with this, or what's this type of, like, study called. And it would be, like, completely different from what we learned in class. Like, you were really getting a separate lesson.
It's stuff that you don't
homework.
Give a shit about.
Right. It was always way less interesting. So, like, that stuff, he would give us a quiz, and, like, I would know all the stuff he taught us in class, but, like, all the stuff that was on the quiz was, like, would be, like, weird shit I'd never heard of, because I wasn't doing the homework. And so I was like, well, I'm fucked, And then, like...
Nothing kills interest like an assignment.
Yeah. Well, I'm against homework in general as a concept. I can't deal with that shit. And they've pretty much abolished it these days, from what I understand.
Well, some countries, like, I think Finland?
even
well,
like,
some places in the United States do, but like,
when I was in
fuck am I?
You teleported into the elevator, I activated. When I was in senior year, they pretty much like gave us barely any homework. Like barely any teachers were giving it out because they wanted us to graduate so badly.
Yeah.
And
because it's good for their numbers.
Shade told me that by the time he was in like 11th or 12th grade, the whole school had just done away with homework, pretty much. Like they just didn't assign
That's what I loved about
because no one would do it.
That's what I loved about my writing classes. Is like with the writing professors, they were more concerned about you understanding it in the class, and when you got home, it was more just, if you want to do this. Here's one thing that you need to do, but you don't have to finish it until the very end of the semester. So it wasn't like a daily homework thing to learn shit. It was just like, learn what you did in the class and then just go do whatever you want.
It would piss me off so bad in college because I got some of those teachers who were like, you should be doing 8 hours a week of homework, like for this class. Like you should be doing five times as much homework for this class as you should be doing assignments for this class. And I'm like, this is just a class I'm taking because I have to. Like, this is not relevant to what I actually want to do for my career. I just have to take this class because I'm being forced to, and you want me to treat it like a full-time job.
There are a lot of professors that just think that if you're in a class, like, that's what you want to do with your life. When I was still in sort of the biology program, the marine biology program, I had a teacher, he was like, well, how much time do you spend at home on this? I was like, I don't spend a whole lot of time. I have a job, and I work like 40 hours a week. And he's like, you need to quit your job. And I was like, okay, are you going to pay for my food? Are you going to pay for my gas to get here? Are you going to pay for that? He's like, no. And I was like, okay, then I can't quit my fucking job, you dipshit.
Right.
Not everyone in college is like rich. I'd argue most people are not. I have to have a job.
And most of them have, like, they have to take all these classes. The school makes you. 95% of why college is bullshit to me
is because you have to take a bunch of classes that
have nothing to do with your career. Like, to me, the whole point of college should be that it's teaching you that specific skill. everyone has to have like in order to get a
That's when you start getting into masters and stuff, when you're really just focused on
right,
one
like
thing.
it's like I spent all of high school learning like general life skills, and this should be the part where I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my life, not spending 4 more years dicking around doing stuff that's not relevant to my future career at all.
I honestly feel like I'm dumber for having gone to college.
Might be. And you're
Like,
in a lot of debt.
I'm in a lot of debt. Like, I feel like in high school I was smart, but now I can't do.
Can't do intelligence.
I just can't do. So spooky.
I can't tell if this is like broken
The
yet.
only thing that college really.
Do we just need to get these down to sparks?
No, you gotta.
Okay.
It breaks. I killed you. I'm sorry.
You son of a bitch.
The only thing college really did for me was really help me figure out like what I would like to focus on and sort of do with my life, but it didn't really do a whole lot in teaching me how to necessarily do all
I think
of
that's
that.
basically what it did to Victor as well, because Victor's always said that like 90% of what he learned in college came from like 5% of the like experience of college, you know.
Yeah, the experience of college did fucking nothing for me other than like I took a class and was like, "Oh, I like this. I like the monotony of it. I like the payoff of it. I would like to do this."
And you know, there's a lot of people who will tell you that college is worth it for that, but it's not. Because
I'm
that's
33 grand. I'm 33 grand in debt to go, I want to be a screenwriter.
Right. Which I feel like you could have probably figured out.
I would have absolutely, especially being friends with someone like Victor, I absolutely would have figured that out without having gone to college. Although, like, if it was...
Well, would you have known Victor if not for college?
Yeah, I met you guys in high school. I met Victor.
Yeah, but
in
you
high
only
school.
started hanging out because you and
In
Tito
college.
hung out in college.
True. Who knows? Who knows what would have fucking happened?
I mean, college does like put you in places where there's opportunities, but I feel like just getting out can do that. You know, like be around
Like,
people
having
and
just
talk to
met-
people.
And having worked at Best Buy, there's people there that also know Victor. Like, I could have eventually met Victor through them had I not met.
Although
through the
Victor
way I
tries
did.
his hardest to avoid all those people.
Well, I work with one guy that has he told you about Philip?
I'm not sure.
He, the actor guy.
I
That's
know.
Like, that's like one of the 4 people that
I know Victor's
like,
always saying there's like way too many people he knows at Best Buy, and he's always trying to like. Not
I
make eye
got
contact.
mad at him because he went to Best Buy and he did not come say hi to me when I was there. And I was like, "You fuckhead." He's like, "I was just trying to avoid people." And I was like, "But I'm Josh. You can't avoid me."
Yeah, you're only there like half the times that I go there.
Well, I'm starting to be there more and more now, just because
Right,
you know
so now in
school's
school.
over, so I can actually like potentially get a full-time job.
Do you want to work full time at Best Buy?
For now, it's money.
Right.
I need money
Clearly.
because I got about 6 months before I got to start paying.
Why is
student loans.
nothing happening right now?
I don't
We're
know. I
just-
think we're supposed to hit something.
maybe the button in the middle.
I hit that and nothing happened. Oh, now it did.
Well, okay.
This is Captain Keys all over again.
I'm going in. I'm gonna probably die.
No!
I died.
Oh, the frame rate like went up there for a second. That was weird.
I don't understand because we came from down here, so whatever.
Maybe we gotta do it like 3 times because this is a video game and 3 is the magic number.
If I press this, will the level end? Nope. Well, here's an
How
open
do we
door.
end the level?
Oh, there's a bunch of enemies here who didn't notice me until I
Yeah,
was right
I hope
on
that
them.
I hope that's a good message for all the people listening about to go to college. Like, college sucks. So there's gonna be 5% that you're gonna be like, oh, this
What
is
the
worth
fuck? Why did I fall down?
it, and 95% of you going, why the fuck am I here?
Right. I just think if you know what you want to do, then like
I would say don't go to college. And like if you're going to go to college, know what you want to do. Because I changed majors 3 times,
right.
and I'm now in the situation. I'm
I
in.
think college is good for if you're like going into a profession that like literally like
If you are going into
film
medical,
or something,
if you
or
are
medical,
going,
yeah.
if you're
something
going
that
into,
literally requires you to have a degree.
like
if you're doing
like
something
if you
that doesn't
don't,
require
if you
a
don't
degree,
know what you're doing in this job, someone is going to die.
right. Well, like you've gone to college all that time because originally you wanted to be a marine biologist.
Yes.
You would have had to have a degree to do that.
Yes.
But once you changed to screenwriting,
I
you
didn't
don't
have
really
to- I
need a
didn't have
degree
to-
for that.
I didn't. I just need to be able to write, which,
Right.
for all intents and purposes, I can write pretty well.
All you got to do is just write a lot, and you'll
I just
learn
have
how
to do
write.
it.
You know, it's not something you need to like.
Granted, reading little books.
For.
I mean, if anything, I just read a couple books, figure some stuff out, read some other screenplays, and that's it.
Right. I'm glad I have a job that doesn't require me to have a college education.
What if it did?
Anyway.
What if, like, let's say, like, 30 years from now, there's, like, a college degree to be a YouTuber?
I have actually thought about, like it's probably going to happen eventually that
YouTube
people get...
University?
Well, I think there's going to be not so much YouTube, but, like, new media, you know, teaching you how to be a new media person.
There's already, like, social
and
networking.
I could teach that class. Like, I could totally be a teacher in a class like that.
There's already, like, social networking degrees.
Right,
like,
but it's not the same as networking, which I don't know how well networking, like,
well, that's like
works for
that's
people.
just sort of the first step
Right.
into, like, an actual new media degree.
I think networking is more for like business people, whereas like what I do is like it's just basically being famous. Like that really,
I'm good at famous.
well, the way that my job, like the way that being a YouTuber works, is just
getting notoriety.
When people know who you are, then you can do anything. You know, like I can promote stuff, I can sell stuff, I can get endorsement deals and stuff, like just because people know who I am because of my content, you know. So it's really just a matter of like making something that resonates with people and getting your name out there, and that's like the most important thing to being a, like, you know, to being like a new media celebrity. Because I think with old,
I would love that to be like your class. It's like, yeah, just gotta get popular, and then that's it.
Well, like, because like I think with the way that celebrity and popularity were with old media is that people had to sort of like someone other than you and other than your audience has to decide that you're going to be popular.
Yeah, they have to decide that you're going to be famous, promote you,
right,
put you in things that are going to make
like,
you famous.
You look the part, or you act the part, or you make music that I can see people enjoying, you know. So therefore, we're going to make you a celebrity, you know.
But now it's just you can do it on your own.
Yeah, now anybody if you yourself think I know what people want, and then you make that thing, then you can become, you know.
I know what you want. You're gonna like it.
Like my logic is usually like I make things that I want to see under the logic that there's got to be other people who want to, you know.
That's actually one of the things in like my screenwriting class. They say, don't throw away any ideas or anything. Like, write what you want to write, because someone out there, even if it's just one person,
has the same taste as you,
fucking
you know?
loves what you just wrote down.
Yeah, like there was something I read once that was sort of like saying that every voice that speaks up represents 100 voices that are silent. You know, which I don't think is completely true. I think I think a lot of people who have really out there opinions are the ones who speak the loudest because they're the most misunderstood, and they're the ones who like want to get their opinions out there the most. But like in general, I think if I like something, then that means there must be other people who like it just as much. Like there's got to be someone else who feels the same way. And so like I'm really interested in anime analysis.
I can't tell if we're in new levels or not.
This level just seems to last forever. So, like, as long as I know that I'm an audience for the things I make, then that means there must be other people who are an audience for the things I make, you know? And that's, like, so many of the comments I get on my videos, like, from people who are like, saying they're fans of mine and stuff, is like, man, I can't believe someone else thinks about this stuff the way I do, or I wish I thought about things the way you do, or, like, it's so fascinating to hear this, you know, and, like...
Someone out there thinks the same way you do.
Right, and those people, a lot of them...
No matter who you are.
Because my job didn't really exist that much before I started doing it, like, a lot of people have never seen this before. Like, they've never seen someone analyzing anime the way I am. Like, it's just not a thing... Like, it existed, especially in blog posts, but, like...
Not like a YouTube, like,
regular
show.
So for, like, a lot of people who find my channel, they've never even heard of the idea of, like, hardcore analyzing pop media, you know, like, the way I do it. You know, maybe they've seen some with film or something.
Which is more, like, accepted,
right.
I guess.
But, like, when people see wow, this guy's talking about anime, and I'm an anime fan, and I also think deeply about anime, and I didn't know people, like, I didn't know other people thought this way, or I didn't know other people were interested in, like, sharing these thoughts.
Oh, I'm alive.
Yeah, I just went back to bring you back. And, yeah, and I think, you know, and it inspires more people to do it. More and more people will emerge who want to talk about the same things, you know. Unfortunately, on YouTube, it's way more in favor of video game stuff, like, because there's already a lot of great YouTube video game analysts, so, and a lot of Let's Players and stuff like that.
Because a lot of people on the internet
are gamers.
Are playing games and watching movies and things like that.
Well, I mean, particularly on YouTube. So
that's what they're, like, searching for.
Gaming is, like the biggest thing on YouTube. You know, I mean, the most popular YouTubers.
Doesn't YouTube have like a separate gaming thing now?
They do. They have some gaming related shit. Generally, gaming stuff is really successful on YouTube. So, like, more and more people show up who do like great games analysis, and like, it's cool. I love watching games analysis, but man, what I would give for there to be more anime analysts.
I want a Reddit.
And the ones there have been.
I want the Reddit subthread Rate My Poo to be like a YouTube channel.
Yes, Rate My Poo should become a cultural phenomenon that everyone.
I don't even know if that's what it's called, but
there needs to be like multiple channels of people like debating the quality of poo.
That's gonna be my new channel, guys. I want you to. I'm gonna take a shit once a week.
Please make a Rate My Poo channel.
I'm just gonna rate my shit. I'll get 1 million subscribers. I'd be like, I was never so interested.
I wouldn't be surprised if you actually were really successful with a channel like that. Like, I bet you could make like 100,000 subscriber Rate My Poo channel if you were like pretty funny about it. I don't know if you can show poo on YouTube. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know. I think it's not like grotesque.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people would probably report the video.
They'd probably like, oh god.
I don't think I've seen poo in a Filthy Frank video yet. And he, you know, pushes the limits pretty far.
I died again. I can't. I'm not good at Halo anymore. I used to be so excellent.
Were you really? I've yet to see this.
Yeah, you've never. I used to be like good.
I've never seen either one of us.
But it's one of those. It's one of those things because like when we played the legendary mode on the first one, that first time, like I was dying left and right like crazy, and then I went home and played it by myself, more focused, and I ran through it. I died twice.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to play games while you're talking.
Especially because you're trying to think, and you're also trying to think of something to talk about.
Right. I mean, this is something every Let's Player has said, and most of their fans don't believe them, or still criticize their play anyways, because they just don't. God damn it! Why the fuck did I do that?
So that was actually one of the problems with one of my finals, because another class I took this semester was.
Bring me back. Can't wake up.
One of the classes I took was sword combat, like for stage.
Oh yeah.
And for the final, we had to do the entire fight choreography that we had learned all semester. The entire fight choreography that we had learned all semester, but then we had to add dialogue to it. And me and my partner pretty much had it like the fight down. We knew every move. It was pretty much a muscle memory at this point. The second we started talking, everything went to shit, and I got stabbed in the knee.
That sounds painful.
It was painful. Like I fell to the ground, and like I continued the scene that we had planned, and I guess I did it well because everyone thought it was part of the scene. Part of the scene. And I got back up, and I was limping, and they're like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I got fucking stabbed in the knee." And like, oh, like I was like, I need like an ice pack or something.
Stay away from that guy. You didn't get far enough away. You still got hurt.
So spooky.
Fucking bloaters.
So because of that, though, I have a new appreciation for actors that get like injured on the screen, and they're like, "Oh, that wasn't scripted." I'm just like, "Oh, I now know what that feeling is like." And I can't act for shit. We've experienced this.
Yeah, there was a. If you want to see a fun clip, in Project Awesomeness Reload episode. It might be in Reload 4. One of the Project Awesomeness videos, we were trying to do a skit where Josh would be like scooping out peanut butter and Brandon's standing next to him, and Brandon says, "I fucking have cancer."
That's cool, I guess.
And Josh was supposed to say, well, that's cool, I guess.
But for
every single time that Brandon said it, Josh would burst out laughing.
I think, honestly, it was just because it was Brandon.
Right. Because once I did it, you didn't laugh at all.
Like, I did it just fine, but because
it wasn't funny.
Brandon.
It wasn't funny when I said it. Because I was just like, I fucking have cancer. And you were like, that's cool, I guess. And it was like, this isn't funny. But every time Brandon was just like, I fucking have cancer.
And I just, like, laughed like crazy. I couldn't stop.
We recorded, like, 20 takes, and he couldn't fucking not laugh. It was, you can see the clip of it at the end of one of the projects, like, in the ending video. Because Victor always puts in, like, our, like, bloopers and stuff. And you can see, like, one of the clips of him saying it and then Josh laughing. I think this must be the end of the level.
This seems like the like, final.
They tend to end in hangars in these games. Like, in the first 2 games. A lot of levels end when you're, like, around a ship. Because I guess you're, like, gonna board the ship. Oh, wow.
We did it.
That was riveting. Was that a boss or something?
So Halo's always been really bad with bosses.
Yeah. They set up a guy and then...
Halo 4 was probably the worst for bosses because they had a boss where you go in there and you sort of shoot and then he falls off the bridge.
Well, this guy's
and
the
he
final
dies.
boss in this game. This hammer dude.
But like the main bad guy for the game falls off the bridge. Like you shoot him once or twice and then it's like a quick time event. He falls, and then the game's over.
Yeah.
Halo's not good with boss
Well,
battles.
next time on Digi Bros, we finally finished that long-ass level.
Jesus.
Yeah.